What up? What up? What up? Good, good. What's up, family? I'm sitting here eating me some watermelon, some sweet, sweet watermelon. I'm marking the world. As time goes by, and definitely paying attention to world events. There's a lot of prophecy unfolding. A lot of what we see happening from America to China, from America to the so-called Middle East, down into China, we are actually witnessing the fulfillment of prophecy. There is a spiritual connection to what's going on. In that, out of all this, there's an end game. Okay, back to the. I had to take care of some business. I had to take care of some business. One of the brothers wanted some information. Like I told y'all, I service automobiles, and it's generally an around the clock situation. Plus, I just did some work today on the car. I was actually getting some parts, so I had to let them know exactly what I was getting. Back to what I was saying. These times that we are living in, we see all that's going on with America, China, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Nigeria, India, uh, North Korea, all these nations, even Europe to a degree. You have to sift through the information and pay attention closely, because a lot of those nations are not just de-dollarizing, but decoupling from doing business with America all across the board. And that has significant repercussions for us that live here, and especially us not paying attention. We can get caught up in our daily activities, not realizing what's going on around us. Like I hear a lot of brothers and sisters. I heard a brother talking about the price of things, and I'm saying to myself, do we know? Do we understand what the de-dollarization means? That's crazy, but it's the truth. It is what it is. We ain't never had that problem, and I try to help relay that information, especially being a so-called Negro here in America, family. It ain't always been it ain't always been, so good for us. And I'm not going to even go there, but it's never been where a situation where you had, you know, other groups that have actually, done some things. I ain't gonna go pulling the books out, but they done some things, and we know for every cause there's an effect, and we the people that were affected based on actual biblical culture. What we look at as religion is not a religion to us, in the fact that we are God's actual people. But in the midst of all this, the story is that those people who did what they did to his people, you see what's happening, especially with this awakening family. The so-called Negro is, let me tell you something, on the, from the foundation, let's understand, everything on the face of this earth, every group has their, who, they got what they got. But for the so-called Negro, I see everything literally as an extension of you. The music, you you have a spirit that influences not just the culture, but nations, family. Think about it. Everything is modeled based on the actualization of your existence. The music you listen to, how y'all dwell with, how we dwell with one another, going through our everyday experiences. The music we listen to when we going through to help get us through, our music we listen to has a message in it. We ain't sitting around, you know, twinkling our toes and shit, waiting on a savior to pop out, out of politics or to pop out the sky. Even in religious understandings, black people are it's not that we're a people just sitting back waiting on things to happen. We are very active, but how we move, we don't move within that spirit that we confronted with on a daily. But that's not why I'm having this conversation. This conversation is to open our eyes to see what's going on around the world and how it relates to actual biblical prophecy, family. It's like, let me go to Joel 3. And these things can explain what you're seeing and give you this is just how cold God is. Not cold in the sense of he's cold, have no love and affection for us. No, just how brilliant, brilliantly ordered, how perfectly everything aligns. It's like it's an ecosystem at work. Yeah, we can go to school and learn doctrines of men that went and did A, B, C, and D and so-called conquered the world or made this, but a lot of things that we so-called discovered, black people already did it, especially Negroes. We read about it every day. We hear about it. We in these YouTube streets and all these other platform streets. We debating about it. It's the hottest topic. Only the hottest topic everybody everybody's talking about right now. But if you don't have a foundation, you run around here lukewarm and you don't really do the research for yourself, which is something as a chosen one who's chosen, who the Most High has chosen. We are a chosen people. It don't got nothing to do with religion. It don't got nothing to do with spiritual systems. It's what they wrote when they encountered us in that thing you read and call a Bible. Family, we are powerful people. And it's not about prejudice or racism. These are tools. Wisdom, knowledge is a tool. Imagine if our men, which are our fathers and protectors, we're not going to let politics and women tell us what a man is or what constitutes a man. Not in this day and age, family. We done wised up and started doing our research. Men are putting their hands to the plow, building businesses, irregardless if we have, like me. I don't have no bank friends. I don't use no bank. But I understand the game enough to understand, we come from the streets. We come from our parents, but we took chances in the streets doing things that you can still, and the hustle continues. You have an ingrained hustle in you that just won't quit, irregardless if you have accounts with the system or not. I'm not stuck on the system. I'm not stuck on what white people did, even though if you want to answer, I point my finger at white people. And white people, I tell you that to your face because it's a fact. The fact based on when you read the Constitution specifically has a language that expressly explains to you who you are according to the letter, the meaning of those words. I ain't gonna say law. These are words. You know what I'm saying? Because that language they don't honor the law. They don't honor God's law. Let's be honest, family. Even if you enslave somebody, there are instructions specifically written about that thing will happen to God's people. That's why I say I know who we are. So whatever conversation I'm have is gonna be based off the word, the foundation, the law. This is the supreme law of the universe, God's law. It's greater than any man's law. Man's law only matters if you deal with it. But the way the Most High designed you, created you in His image and likeness, and Him giving you a command not to idolize, have no idols, I don't think there's a man-made law or doctrine that they came up with that the Most High wants you to honor above His law. And that's just a fact. Because within the system of law, there's a way of doing things. Back to reality. Well, these nations, their time is up. And that's why you see all the turmoil and chaos. But you got a lot of bad actors among us that's pushing a political agenda instead of pushing a real kingdom nation agenda. That's why I always had a problem with Christianity. If you're going to be a Christian then, and your theology is so-called based on biblical culture, then be real about it, family. Be real about it in a sense where let that be your foundation. Because when we look to the world don't provide that out that's promised to you from your creator, which is your instruction, family. Created you, and for anybody talking about the Bible is written by a man, this and that. The books you read for education and understanding, some man wrote it too. But I guarantee you, it goes back. The only way it could be established, the only way you will establish anything that's that you can you can plant the seed and watch it grow, and it extends to a foundation that constantly replenishes. You can go to it and glean from it without pulling the root up, but you can plant the seed. Now you watching it grow. You nurturing it. You pouring into it. You working it. Long story short, you working it. You got using these tools that's coming from a different source. Long story short, so that allows you to see things in the spirit that regular minds don't see. Oh wow. Foundationally, it's scriptural, and that's the direction as servants to that kingdom. That's the direction and thought you want to have on the forefront of your mind because it's rooted in the natural law, God's law. We know that if we apply it properly, we'll be successful in our goal. Not following George Washington, a slave owner and a murderer. It's nothing personal. And that's another thing. You have to tell the truth. That's why America is falling. That's why Africa is cutting America off. And when it cuts America off, you have to look at it's layered. You got to look at this thing in layers, and it will have an effect on your livelihood unless you make some moves to secure yourself. It's like being in the streets. When competition come, you gonna have to turn up or move around. Better the product. When the competition came, what did you do? You closed shop. We didn't close shop, fam. I don't care how powerful you was. You worked around the clock, worked more hours than you, gave away specials, and worked round the clock, non-stop, and got better product and put pressure out there so things will operate smooth. Competition around. And then our people gotta understand in the literal, if you don't see these things and make the choice to believe or reject, you still be held accountable. That's why things happen and we sit around and be wondering like, why is this happening or why is that happening? And I can tell you, it all lends back to biblical context because it tells you in this time, in what time, Dewayne? In the end time when a particular people would be awakened to this. I don't look at the Bible as a religion. I'm quite sure you understand that. I say it proud. But I look at it as an instruction family. A book of instruction that will give you success and prosperity, or it can make the worst, it can give you the worst of times in your life, family. But at any rate, you have to make the decision to choose. There is no gray line, silver line. There is no in between. You have to make that choice. And when you make that choice, it's not that you're going to be perfect, but you have to know it's written everywhere for you to know. So I don't understand how people. I was just sitting here listening to Professor Black Truth. Professor Black Truth make a lot of sense. I support his channel. I support the agenda of a black movement. I've had 2 jobs in my life. When I was going to Lincoln Tech for automotive technology, studying automotive technology, so that I can come out one day and build an empire. With that new mindset, I didn't know I was going to have a new mindset and a heart focused on doing greater. I didn't know we would be awakened to who we are as God's people. Scripture. You can say what you want to say, but I can pretty much read for myself and interpret. You know, then there are signs. There are signs, and understanding of the mysteries to even perceive the signs, to understand. We know it's written right there. And he gave us something of him. We know it's in us that unlocks the mysteries to give us that understanding. That's why we are religious people. It wasn't by coincidence that the Spaniards and that Pope chose to use a Bible against us. Like I said, I hear a lot of people ragging on the book. They say all kind of bull crap about the book. Crazy. Not understanding though. The people that taught us the book don't even understand the layers to it. They can't even give you the spiritual context of it. They're gonna give you some shit about uh, American jurisprudence, American law. When the people were talking about the people in Jerusalem today, you hear people talking about the Jewish people and how they blowing up the Gaza Strip. You see protests. You hear people on these platforms speaking about it. And then you hear the conversations about, well, these are not God's people. I hear a lot of that. I know that already. Why? Not in the religious sense that to say that. You gotta be careful even with that, family. Because all these people that we see are not the same. All people wasn't created by the Most High. You can look at the genetics of some people. Oh, I follow all of that because it tells a story. I wonder why some people, I was locked up. I did time when I was younger. And a lot of people, funny lady. I ain't got no problem meeting you up there. Let me know when you get to 70, 78. I'll walk out. You're a mess. Must be nice. No, it's just a normal routine. Get off work, come home, talk to the children, who I can catch. Ain't nobody called about no problems. I picked up the part I'm put on this truck tomorrow. Work is flowing. Everybody's safe. You on your way in, you safe. All is well over here. Like you always do, let her walk alone. Yeah, land mourning. What that mean? Yeah, land in mourning. Yeah, the earth is mourning. It's mourning for the children of the Most High to rise, to wake up. It's high time we come out of our slumber and walk as sons. Let your light shine. I know it may sound cliche. A lot of people are like, well, I heard that. Well, have you ever contextualized what you're hearing? Search to find the meaning to those words and apply them to your life. Have you done that part to it that will bring another added dimension, mentally, spiritually, and in your walk? It's to strengthen you. So, until the sons of Yah, what kind of husband are you? Trina, I said, let me know when you get to 78. The one that just said, when you get to 79, let me know. I'll walk out there and meet you. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't trying to argue with you. This ain't no if I'm right or she wrong. You asked me to do something, so I responded. You ain't looking for a solution. That's the spirit of the enemy, baby. We can't let that enter. Black men ain't having that no more. We ain't letting that enter. We're gonna keep it cordial and keep it spicy and loving for everybody. Yeah, I can cuss you out. Why would I curse you out? Because you steady asking me a question that don't pertain to nothing I'm talking about. But it's okay. Where you at? What's your location? Yeah, hi. Titan Green. Hello. Peace and blessings. What's going on? Moderator, I'm gonna take you on time out. This ain't no place to be airing our your personal stuff out. This site is strictly for that word, and maybe, just maybe, if you say we fertile ground, absorbents, and ever willing to receive instruction from our Father. But if we got a lot of confusion, we surrounded by a lot of confusion. How is it? How is the light gonna enter to a world full of darkness, chaos, confusion? That's even if I'm mad at somebody, fam. At some point, I'm gonna let it go because I ain't that kind of cat to walk around and hold on to anger. Even with the government full of it. But that ain't my cause to walk around with anger. The cause is to bring the solution. What is the solution? For the black man to rise, take control of his own estate. You gotta sign no paperwork and all that. What the fuck? God didn't give me no paperwork when he sent me here. He gave me a book of instruction. That's all I need. Now back to these prophecies. The prophecies are heating up for real, family. And I know it looks grim, like where's hope? A lot of people that went to school got these high quality educations. We got these beautiful homes. We got certain lifestyles. We got things set up a certain way to accommodate us and our families. And now things are being jeopardized because why? The nations are rejecting the whore, the mystery whore. America's a daughter of the whore, Babylon. Who is mystery Babylon? I've always had the unction that it was Rome. Why do you say Rome, Dewayne? Because Rome is the beast that sits on many waters that control religion, particularly Christianity. The one religion that's in every nation, the one religion that has a list of questionable practices, especially towards our people, which lets me know. Why do I have to ask you, are you there at 79th or not? Damn, don't mess up my video.